A case before the Supreme Court this week could fundamentally reshape the way you and I experience the internet. At issue, whether sites like YouTube and Facebook could be held liable for the types of content their algorithms recommend to users. The family of an American woman who was killed in an ISIS terror attack in Paris in 2015 is suing YouTube owner Google, arguing the company's algorithm is illegally promoting the terror group and its content. At the heart of the case is whether tech companies are protected by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which says websites can't be held responsible for content created and posted by third parties. This issue is incredibly personal for Andy Parker. His daughter, reporter Allison Parker, and her cameraman Adam Ward were killed in 2015 during a live interview by a disgruntled former employee. Video from that incident can still be found online. And of course, so many people throughout Virginia know this case all too well. She went to James Madison University, my alma mater. I've been there lots of times, Andy, and I've seen the impact your daughter has made at the school. Allison was just so special there on campus. But Andy, let's talk about this case, what's at stake, because I mean, this has big implications.
Thanks for having me, Jim. Yeah, it's going to be really big. And ultimately, I think it's going to, we're going to be able to find out whether people like me and the Gonzalez family and countless others are going to be able to hold Google and Facebook accountable through the legal system. Right now, Section 230 gives these guys complete immunity. They can publish whatever they want to do. They can put it out there, no consequences at all. And, you know, in the early on when that video of Allison was out there, they were even running ads, you know, scrolling ads underneath the video of her murder. Again, I've told you this, I've told your audience this. I've never seen that video, but I've had help from people that have flagged videos like Eric Feinberg for Coalition of Safer Web. So, you know, the gist of it is we'll find out hopefully by June whether we can take these guys to court.
And why is it so, I mean, for the viewer at home to understand this, why is it so hard to get these videos off of the internet? Why can't these companies just take them down? They're flagged to these companies and they just can't get rid of them. Why is that?
Because they don't want to, because they make money from it. And you know, I will refer back to Frances Haugen, who was the Facebook whistleblower that testified before Congress. She validated everything I've been saying for the last 7 years, and that is these guys know how to do it. They know how to remove this content, and they just don't want to do it because they make money from it. And I can't abide by that. That's what gets me more than anything else, is that they're making money and they're profiting from my daughter's murder.
And you wrote an op-ed about this recently, and you said that the policing of these videos, like flagging and reporting them, has fallen to the families affected. So essentially, families like you and your family, you have to police this. And I know you don't look at the video, but in other cases, I assume other family members have looked at the videos of their loved ones who have been tragically murdered or killed in some mass shooting or something like that. And they're the ones that have to police this, go to these companies and say, take these videos down, and then they relive the horror of it.
Yes, and it's unconscionable. They shouldn't be having to be doing it. I shouldn't have to be doing it. Eric Feinberg or Lenny Posner, they shouldn't have to be doing this. But that's what these companies require. And you know, if you do it and they do remove something, it's just arbitrary what they decide to pull off and what they decide to leave up. And ultimately, you're just playing whack-a-mole. So this has got to stop. And the only way that it will, I believe, is that if you eliminate the immunity offered by Section 230, if enough people with legitimate claims like I do and the Gonzalez family do, if we can bring these folks to justice, that stuff will stop. You know, because they're not doing it. They're not doing what they're supposed to do and can do because they don't have to.
Their hands aren't being forced to do it. But you know, Google says that without its algorithms and protections of Section 230, they say the internet would devolve into a disorganized mess and a litigation minefield. This is the quote from Google. What's your response to that?
Well, listen, if there are legitimate claims and legitimate lawsuits, they're going to be heard. If they're frivolous, they're going to be kicked out, just like with any other industry. You know, Jim, I find it ironic that the issues that we face today, gun violence, which you alluded to in a previous segment there, between gun violence and social media, the only two industries in this country that are immune from any kind of liability are the gun industry and social media. I don't know. I don't think there's a coincidence there that we have all the troubles that we have. And I believe that if we do, or people are allowed to take their claims to court, um, it's going to stop them. It's going to, you know, if they die a thousand cuts, by a thousand cuts, then they will stop this practice and they'll fix it because they can.
And they have the money to do it. I mean, all they have to do is, you know, put together some folks, and they probably already have some of these folks who would have the duty of pulling
Sure.
these kinds of videos down.
They do. They do, and you know, I've been working on this now for 7 years now, and you know, we filed with Georgetown with the help of Georgetown University Law Center. We filed complaints with the FTC against Google and with Facebook, and the FTC is just, you know, silent. All we hear is crickets. So they're not willing to act. Congress either doesn't have the will or the stomach to act. But I find it ironic that with you know, with some of the congressmen, Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, they want this thing fixed like I do for different reasons. They think that these companies stifle conservative voices, which is not correct. But listen, if I can have allies like that would get something done in Congress, I'd sure take it. And who knows with the Supreme Court, it's going to be very interesting to see with the dynamic there, because it's going to make some interesting bedfellows, I think.
All right, Andy Parker, always thinking about you and your family, and Allison as well. It's always good to talk to you. Thanks so much for coming on and explaining this for us. We appreciate it.
Likewise, Jim. Take care.